Hello again! If you haven't watched the video with the introduction for the quarter, please check it out first. Okay, the coming of Jesus. We are just starting the book of Luke, so this should be about the first coming, right?
Yes, and the object of Dr. Luke's letter is to bring some clarification on, was there such a person named Jesus? Where did he come from? Who was he? And being a man of science and research, Dr. Luke did his personal investigation on Jesus' life facts and relationships and wrote a biography. And not that there weren't any other for Theophilus to check out, but it was a personal letter, a personal testimony, so that he, Theophilus, would be certain of the things he believed in.
Hey, what I'm sharing with you is real. It really happened and it's so amazing. I studied it, I researched it, investigated it. I put it in the context of historical events. I looked into the details of the work of Jesus and his preaching, his philosophy. I also compiled materials from different sources and man, it's life-changing. It's changing the world. This is how I hear Luke sounding.
And it's true, like the coming of Jesus was so unusual. It was miraculous. When we think about Elizabeth and Zechariah, Mary and Joseph, everything in their life was so normal until the point that Angel Gabriel appeared and announced that they will have a son each. Not only that, but he had also a name for them, John and Jesus. God knows sometimes how to get our attention, and we call it a miracle.
Human spiritual infertility was so big. Miracle was needed. Even Zechariah, who was blameless, couldn't believe it.
All of us at some point in our lives had to tell a story of events that we have witnessed to our friends or our families. But little chance there is that you had to tell a story about woman getting pregnant out of thin air and stand behind your statement sure of it. I'm just thinking about Luke, writing it down, putting his signature on the bottom of the letter, telling such unbelievable stories.
We want to have explanation about everything, and this is good. It's dangerous to accept things blindly, but knowing our limits is critically important as well. In our attempts to explain things that are way over our heads, we are putting ourselves into trouble. Is it a coincidence that the story of Jesus begins with such testimony about humility? So big, supernatural, divine, and humble.
If it was not for the star to lead the Magi or for the angels to appear before the shepherds, hardly anybody would have noticed the birth of Jesus. The presence of the supernatural at the time of the birth of Jesus Christ was linked with the simple things of this world, so that it can promote and represent things that obviously were coming out of this world.
If Luke was writing an essay, here in the message of the angel to the shepherd, we see the thesis. Jesus is a Savior, Messiah, the Lord, and He is for all people.
And at the end of Luke's report, the coming of Jesus Christ was recognized by some devout and honest worshippers in the temple, Simeon and Anna.
Well, simple stories, but yet so meaningful. There is so much theology here, not just information to understand, but emotions as well. It's a blessing doing the study. The message is clear. Salvation is through Jesus, prepared by God, and it's for everyone. But it's a personal choice and experience as well. You can't be indifferent. And then a sword will pierce through your own soul too. Refer to Mary, but relatable to our own experience at the cross as well. The first two chapters of Luke are not just stories. There is so much joy there, joy coming deep within from the soul.
None of all the stories that Luke wrote to Theophilus relating to the coming of Jesus Christ were easy to understand or much less easy to believe in. But really, is it so surprising that unusual things happen when an ordinary visitor lands down on earthly soil?
Mhm.